What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Absolutely April. I'm here for another reality recap. Let me get my glasses. Yes, I'm here for another reality recap, and I am so excited to get to talk to you all today. It feels like it's been a long time. I don't think it's really been that long, but it just feels long. So, yeah, I am Absolutely April. And if you're new to my channel, I do recaps on reality shows, TV shows, movies, you name it. If I'm enjoying it and I want to share with you, my community, my tribe, then I'll do a video on it and I'll start doing some commentary on it. So look forward to that. I also throw in some spirituality things from every now and then. So you might get something like that from me. Don't be alarmed. But yeah, I enjoy all types of things. But I'm really passionate about TV. I've always watched a lot of TV. So this is why I come to you on YouTube to give you my commentary and some of my thoughts. So if you are just like me, you enjoy TV and you like a lot of different things, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join my tribe. Also, hit the like button so I can get put in that algorithm, and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified about all of my uploads. And like I always say, sharing is caring. Yay! You know, sharing is caring. So go ahead and share my video as well, especially if you know people who enjoy the content that we enjoy. And if you're returning to my channel, then yes, I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the commentary back and forth. It doesn't go unnoticed. I'm so appreciative. And let's just keep moving. So again, we're here. You know the title. I'm here for Love is Blind. We are doing episodes 8 through 10. I believe some more episodes just dripped out today. So I haven't watched them yet, but I wanted to go ahead and get this out. And to me, is it me or is to be episodes 8 through 10 really didn't give what it's supposed to give. You know what I'm saying? It did not give anything to me. I mean, only the one that really gave was towards the end. And I mean, that's when I kind of perked up, but I fell asleep legit. I fell asleep probably in episode 8 and 9. So I know I missed some stuff, y'all. So if y'all, if you have something that, is burning on your heart that I don't cover, comment down below, because I swear I fell asleep and I started it over and over again and I kept falling asleep. I woke up around episode 10 and that's when I got back into it, but it just kept giving me snooze fest a little bit. So maybe I'm tripping. I'll try to go back and maybe see if I find anything that, that I missed. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into the recap of it all. So let's see. So this scene right here, we're talking about Raven, and I don't even have notes, y'all. I don't have any notes. So I'm just kind of going off of the dome, and hopefully you enjoyed the video still. But yeah, this is Raven. She went with her, to pick out her dress because SK is, Nigerian, and he wanted to have a lot of Nigerian customs in his wedding with Raven. And Raven did accommodate, which I'm so happy she did. She did not have to, but because she really likes SK, she chose to accommodate. And I think she kind of was a hard pass on the dress, but she will do the head wraps and all that kind of stuff. So they're here at the store, at the Nigerian store or African store. I don't know if it's just a Nigerian store, but they're kind of showing her the custom head wraps, the dresses and everything like that. So Raven kind of, to me, she said she seemed a little overwhelmed to me. Which I think, because it was kind of like they were giving her the rundown, like she always needs to have stew in the house. She can't shame her husband out in the streets. So her eyes were big throughout the whole thing. And I was just like, I think it was like a lot. And like I told y'all in the last review, Raven has said on numerous occasions that she's not a traditional bride. So a lot of the stuff that they were talking about was very traditional, and I think that kind of threw Raven off. So yeah, it was a lot going on, but they, kind of told them, even if you make more money than your husband, you still need to show some humility because he is the man in the family. So it's a lot of stuff that I think Raven was just not banking on. But I still think she's going to push through, and she wants to push through to the wedding, because I feel like she really likes SK. But I don't think, like I said, it's not going to work if SK if he's not being honest with her about if he wants traditional. Because she did go back and, tell him, give him the rundown of what, they were saying. And he just kind of laughed and shrugged it off. But if that's what you're looking for, you do need to say, what you're looking for. Because if she's telling you, I'm not going to be traditional, and you want traditional, that's never going to work. It's never going to work. But she did a lot in, accommodating and learning about the culture. So I was happy to see that. She wasn't very negative about it. I just think it was a lot of overwhelming stuff. And back to, like, I don't know what episode it was when SK sat down with her friends, they had a lot of negative connotations about Nigerian culture, but it doesn't seem like that impacts Raven and her willingness to continue on with SK and get married to him. Now, I did see some commentary from different people that I watched, and they were saying that they felt like Raven was just, had her eyes on a prize and basically just calling her like she's a gold digger. But I don't know. I don't know if she was a gold digger or not. I know she, one of the things with Bartiz, when she kind of checked out when he's, said, I can't buy you no Rolexes or anything. Maybe she is playing a long game with SK and like, let's see where this goes. I see potential in him, and I see the potential of him being able to accommodate my lifestyle. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But what I can tell you, it appears to me that she is very receptive to his culture, and she is, trying to integrate herself as good as possible without being overwhelmed. But I really do feel like if SK isn't honest, it can cause problems between them. So moving on, let's see what else I got in my bag of clips. So the ladies, they started doing their wedding dress shopping, and that was fun to see. I enjoyed watching some of the dresses, because y'all remember Say Yes to the Dress. So I used to watch that a long time ago, and just to look at some of the wedding gowns and just like seeing what what looks good on a person, what doesn't. So it was and I'm a sucker for weddings. I love weddings, actually. And so the ladies went wedding dress shopping, and this is Colleen. She picked out a wedding dress. I liked her wedding dress. It seemed very whimsical. It just seemed, to fit her. It's not too sexy, but it's still like sexy enough. Like, it's off the shoulder, and so I feel like it fits Colleen's personality. I liked her dress. She had a friend there, I believe. I can't remember if it was a friend or a relative, but she was there supporting her. So yeah. Then we have Zenab. Zenab, her dress fitting was a little bit like sad, because she was really missing her mom at the time, and her stepmother FaceTime with her sister who lives in England. So her sister couldn't be there with her. So her sister FaceTime in and watched her dress fitting. And I like Zenab's dress. I thought it, is a good fit. I thought it was really, really nice. I think it complimented her figure. But I think, it was just kind of like bittersweet, because yes, my stepmom is here and she's supporting me as she always does, but you can't help but miss your mom, in times like these, and miss your dad walking you down the aisle. You can't. I mean, I know it has to be like bittersweet for her. So while she's taking in the time, and enjoying the moment, but I still feel like it's kind of like, ooh, but my mom's not here. My dad's not gonna walk me down the aisle. It's a lot of things there, and I really feel bad for Zena, but she looks good. I do like her dress. I think it looks really good on her. Now I wouldn't choose it for myself, but I do like it. I think it, is appropriate. So this is Alexa. I couldn't get a good photo of Alexa's dress, but I really don't think that she even wore this down the aisle because some of the clips I saw with her walking down the aisle, it wasn't this dress, but it was nice. It has like that old Hollywood glam type vibe. She had I don't know if you would call it her stepmom, but her dad's wife was there. I mean, it's her stepmom basically, but she seems more like a friend. She seems like around Alexa's age or maybe younger, the stepmom. And she had, some of her family members there. So it was, it was a good little experience. Alexa so far isn't really problematic. The only thing I see about Alexa, to be honest, I said, because I saw her interact with her friends a little bit, and just a little bit. I mean, I don't know. She has been one of my favorites from the beginning. And I think she's really, really pretty. I think, like I told you, I feel like she could be a plus size model. However, I feel like also she's a little bit of a snob, and maybe that's just her personality to be kind of snarky. But that's what it came because when Brennan met her friends, they were kind of snarky, and I was like, ugh. But I think that's just might be her personality, and that might be how she is, a little sarcastic and snarky, making those little comments. But sometimes that just rubs me the wrong way because if I don't know you like that, like I don't want to come into a situation you're being snarky and I don't know you like that. But if we know each other and we can banter, that's totally different. But when I'm just meeting you, like if you're snarky, it's gonna rub me the wrong way and I'm not gonna want to deal with you. I'm a Virgo through and through. I will be you will know if I don't like you. And so I would probably not engage with anybody like that. But again, I like Alexa, but that's the only thing I'm seeing. And I don't see where Brennan is going to be at this point. I know she says she wants to be a stay-at-home mom. Brennan wants to be an involved dad. But I don't know, with her dad saying, I don't know if Brennan would be able to support her lifestyle because she seems to like a lot of nice things, because her dad looks like he's a man of means, unless she has, some type of trust fund that comes in, drips in, or she, lives off a trust fund. I don't know. But she's not worried about that. But I just see that, when your finances is not right in a marriage, it can cause a lot of problems. Hear what I say? I mean, problems. And especially, I remember my first year when me and my husband were married. Our first year, we were trying to get used to, paying bills. We had just built a house. Child, when I tell you, he was not the best, the most organized person. And he, his intentions were good, but his strong suit was not paying bills and doing that type of thing. And that's more of my strong suit. So he had to relinquish that job over to me because I want to make sure we had certain things. I mean, we've grown. We shouldn't be having our lights cut off and stuff like that just for, because we got the money, but just not paying it. Like, it just shouldn't be in that. So needless to say, like, finance can cause an issue, especially if y'all are not on the same page, or if maybe Brennan doesn't have the earning capacity. Like, would she be okay with that? I don't know. I don't get that from her. But nevertheless, I liked her dress, but I think I liked the dress in the clip a little bit better than this one. It was kind of like, it was cool. So we get to a part in the episode where Zenab and Cole, they have their date and they go dancing because they are going to dance at the wedding and stuff. So that was cute to see them dancing together and finally not bickering or being passive aggressive and not just having a good time with each other. I mean, look at the way Cole's smile looks genuine. She looks, like she's very comfortable with him. So I started seeing a little promise with Cole and Zena. Hopefully they can get over this hurdle with what happened with Colleen, because I mean, yeah, he was doing the most by pursuing Colleen and just, acting on his physical attraction with her. Colleen did kind of like she engaged, but she did, let him know that she is into Matt. But it can't make you feel good to watch this back and see it. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna say yes or not. Again, I have not seen the new episodes that came out, so no spoilers in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I can see them both saying yes, but I don't know if I can see them going the distance, if you know what I mean. Maybe they'll last a year or two. I don't know. But I don't know. But then again, Zenab is very, I won't say very, but she has some insecurity and self-esteem issues. And I don't know if because of Cole's personality, I think it'll always kind of like if she doesn't get like start maybe speaking to a therapist or doing some spiritual healing in those areas where she feels inadequate. I feel like with Cole's personality, he's like a life of the party type guy. He, talks. He probably, would be the one that goes around talking to everybody, talking to females, males. It doesn't matter. And I feel like if he's talking to a beautiful woman in Zenob's eyes, I can see that maybe causing an issue, or she feels like he's getting a little bit too close. That may cause an issue, for her to where she's going to start nitpicking and nagging and, in Cole's eyes, start nitpicking and nagging him and not trusting him. And that could cause a breakdown in their marriage. So I don't know if Cole is thinking, and then Cole's family is, even though I think Zenab says that Cole's family follows her on Instagram, they choose not to talk to her until after the show, which makes no sense to me. If you're gonna follow me on Instagram, you might as well go ahead and talk to me, during the show. You don't have to be on the show. We can talk on the phone or do a FaceTime and not show your face or something. But yeah, she that's going to be an issue because I feel like because her parents aren't here, she wants to really build a bond with Cole's family, whoever her spouse is going to be family. And because it's starting out rocky, it's going to be hard to get over that because she's going to always feel like I'm not accepted. And then, but Cole's, her family towards Cole, they seem like they like Cole. They like Cole, and especially that he, loves Jesus. Because I think that's what their end all be all was, is that he, Cole loves Jesus. I had to take a sip of water. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. My prediction is I feel like they'll both say yes. I feel like they'll both say yes. I don't know. I feel like they'll both say yes, but I don't feel like they'll go the distance. That's my prediction. We'll see what happens. All right, so what's the next one? Oh yeah, Cole and now this is a date. I would love to be in a date setting like this, like underwater. I love the water. That's my happy place is the water. I swim. I love going to the beach. All types of things like that. So my happy place is definitely the water. So this type of date would be something that I would love to do, to have a date, an intimate date underwater while the fish are, going. I would love that. Have y'all seen, on another note, have y'all seen the hotels that are underwater? I'm going to go to a hotel that is underwater where you're like, you can see the fish and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. I've seen some like in Zanzibar in Africa. I've seen some of those, but I'm sure they're all over. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, yes, that's on my bucket list to go. I love to travel, so that's going to be on my bucket list of places to go, to go to a villa that, has, where you're underwater. I love it. So, anyways, yeah, this is a dinner. I'm not Cole. Colleen and Matt are having, and Colleen is not as secure with Matt at this point, and I can understand because Matt has been blowing up, and it's mostly because Matt is still holding on to the baggage from his past relationship. Now, Colleen probably doesn't make him feel any more secure. She went out to the club without telling him and all that kind of stuff. So I think they talked about it this episode. Like I said, I was falling asleep. So I think they talked about it and they resolved the differences about it. However, I feel like Colleen is still like, I don't know. I don't know because he's so inconsistent. Like, he gets mad, he threatens to leave, and he wants to run. And that's not a stable relationship or a stable person. Matt has to learn how to, number one, he needs to learn self-regulation, but he also needs to learn how to communicate. I mean, because his communication style is fight or flight, and he either is fighting or he's flight. He's gone, or I'm done with it. But it all stems from the hurt that he has from a previous relationship, from his first love, who did him dirty, cheated on him, and had a baby on him. So yeah, that's a lot. But he also needs to get some definite healing, because any relationship, even if it's not Colleen, any relationship he gets in, he's going to be controlling, because he's going to always try to control that person to keep them from doing it. And you can't control anybody. You just cannot. And you can't make them not do something, because you can't be with them 24 hours out of the day. You can't keep your eyes on them 24 hours out of the day. Matt seems like the type of guy that's going to be in your bushes, jumping out in your bushes. From your bushes, and like that type of stuff. Like, I feel like he got stalker tendencies. He definitely has anger and all that type of stuff, and I get it, and that's probably not who he is, at the core of him. But I feel like that other chick has scarred him, and he has not healed from it. So that scar is like, it's still like an open wound. It's still like it has not healed. So it's like he keeps picking at the scab and just will not allow this scar to heal. And I just feel so bad for Matt, because that has to be a lonely place, because he's in his head, and he's making up stories about what's really going on. Maybe it's not, he's putting 20 on 10 on everything, and you can't trust fully, because he can't say that he trusts Colleen. He doesn't trust her, but I don't think he trusts a lot of people. He said he was to date Matt. So he is a guy that, maybe starts dating a little bit, go on a couple dates, sees something, and he runs. He's a runner. He's a track star. Yeah, he's all of that. And I feel like he should say no at the altar, or one of the other needs to say no. He is not ready for marriage. And I feel like Colleen still got some little, I think she wants to be in the club. Like, I can see Colleen being in the club with her girls, and I can see Matt showing up at the club like mad. Like, it was on Martin. Martin had a joke about this, like a man arriving at the club with It's On You So Crazy. That's one of his best stand-ups to me. He talked about a man showing up to the club with slippers on, and that's Matt. I'm telling y'all, Matt is going to show up to the club with his slippers and his robe, telling her to come on outside. Colleen, say no. Matt, you also need to say no, because you ain't ready. Say no. This should be a no. What y'all think? I think both of them need to say no. But if they do, they're going to have to do some serious, intense therapy. They need to be in therapy, like, right after the wedding. Like, they need to be getting some type of better help, or something. and I'm not sponsored by them, but they need to get some type of better help or something, because this is right here, this right here is not, it's not healthy. It's toxic all the way. Moving on, let's see. So the ladies are at the bachelorette party. Oh my God, I hope Matt don't see this. Oh my God, I hope Matt don't see this, because this is gonna send him through the roof. They had a good time. They had some strippers, and balls and stuff was in these ladies' faces. So hopefully none of the men feel that insecure. The only person who really didn't, interact was Raven. She was like, I'd rather be with SK. So that said a lot. That spoke volumes to me. I feel like she really does like him. She really does like him. She's not enthusiastic with the strippers or the nightlife type mentality. And I'm kind of like with Raven, and maybe because she's a little older too, but not much, but she's just a little older. I've never been the stripper girl. Like, I don't enjoy them picking you up, turning you around, putting their balls in your face and all that. I don't necessarily enjoy that. I don't get a warm and fuzzy from that. I mean, shoot, I remember a quick story. I remember this girl at the last, I think that's one of the last parties I went to where it had strippers, and it was a while ago, a long while ago. But I won't say a long, but it's been a while. Yeah. But anyways, this girl, in the one of the strippers, I remember being at the house. I can't remember all the details, but I just remember being at this house, and the stripper came downstairs and he started doing his stripper stuff. He was being a stripper, and he showing all his stuff. And I mean, it was like the size of a baby arm. It was, I mean, from here to, from there to there. I mean, it was huge. But yeah, one of the girls decided to fall in love with the stripper that night and had relations with said stripper. And baby, she had to go to the emergency room because he had knocked some stuff around up in there. I mean, it was just, that's not good. I mean, if you're that well endowed, you don't need to be like a bull in a china shop. You don't need to be just, I mean, thrusting like that. I mean, you knocked this girl whole insides around. Like, she had to go to the emergency room. Like, her insides was tore up after that. Like, stuff was shifted. And I'm just like, heck no, that's not pleasurable at all. That's not pleasurable. I can't. No, no. I don't want to fall in love with a stripper. But yeah, and that's why I don't really enjoy strippers all up on me. But hey, I guess when in Rome, if you're at a bachelorette party, just have fun. So, anyways, yeah, they seem to have a lot of fun, especially Nancy and Colleen. Everybody seems to have a pretty good amount of fun. The men went to a rodeo. I can't remember if they had strippers. I don't remember seeing any strippers, but I do remember them going to a rodeo and stuff. And they went and ran with the bulls. I don't think it was ran, but they had to go run and catch these little baby calves. And that was running around at the rodeo. So they did that. I didn't see SK. SK did not participate, but definitely Bartice and Matt did. And I know, and Cole. And I think Cole ended up getting the one of the things. He was like one of the first ones to get it, and Matt was super competitive because he got a competition in his head with Cole since the whole Colleen thing. So he wasn't happy about Cole, getting that little necklace from off the calf. But I think he eventually got one too. But yeah, there's definitely seemed a little lackluster compared to the women. The women was enjoying themselves, and see, they even had like they had men to serve them, and in their underwear. Like, again, I wouldn't want to be there and with you in your underwear personally, but I guess, I mean, again, it's a bachelorette party. So yeah, the women said they enjoyed it, and I think one of the women, I think Alexa might have called him a stripper, and he was like, "Ma'am, I'm not a stripper. I'm just here giving y'all food in my underwear. I ain't no stripper." So yeah, I thought that was a little comical. Moving on. So now they start their wedding day, and the first wedding was SK and Alexa, and oh, not Alexa, SK and Raven. So Raven looked beautiful. She had her turban. They had the Nigerian drums there. The mother was, dressed to the nines. Unfortunately, Raven's family was not there. And I know that's one of the big things that SK did bring up about, any trepidations he was having is that, her family wasn't involved. And she was like, well, he said, made mention that his mom, kind of spoke to that. And she was like, well, what does your mom want me to do? She was like, my grandmother is sick. My grandfather passed away. My uncle just had a baby. He can't be there. And my mom doesn't want to be involved. So she said, what do you want me to do? Now, do y'all remember her saying anything? I don't ever hear her talking about her dad. And I know she's biracial. She's half black, half white. But I'm assuming she was raised, by her mom, which is probably the white side. And so I don't ever hear her talk about her dad or her dad's family. So that's interesting. But yeah, Raven was a little annoyed that his family, keeps bringing up the fact that her family is not involved. But she did say that her mom has talked to SK and she likes SK, but she just doesn't want to be involved in the process for whatever reason. Again, I gave y'all my spiel on last video. I'm like, I don't care. If my son, is on a program, or if I don't even like his partner, spouse, whatever, I'm going to, I'm still going to support him. Whatever my feelings are just going to be my feelings. But I'm going to support my son. Like, you're not going to have my child come down, have a whole wedding and I'm not there. That's not going to happen. So I don't understand that. With Cole and Raven, their family, I just don't understand it. I really, really don't. Like, at the end of the day, you should support your child. But I digress. So that was one of the big things that, SK did bring up this episode. So now they're walking down the aisle. Raven looks beautiful. Her bridesmaids are there. They have on the African headdress. They look nice. Now they said, now if SK does say no, we're gonna jump him. Like, it's gonna be a problem. But I feel like, as Raven is all ready to get married. She's ready to get married. So now that she walks in the aisle, they are talking, saying they love each other, and they're just so happy to be in each other's lives. So then when they get down to saying, are you going to SK, are you going to take Raven? And he gets to, well, they ask Raven first. She says she does. They get to SK. He gets the and the on and blowing real hard like he about to have a panic attack. His mom is like mouthing, I do. And she, she's like, say I do, boy. Like, go ahead. And so he gets the heart gets the palpitating and he breathing all crazy and shaking and stuff. And then he says, I do not. And I'm like, why you had to say all of that, SK? Why you just say, no, I don't? You had to say, I do not. So he says, I do not. Everybody's shocked. The mother is like, oh, gosh. So she's upset. And he's just saying, this is just not the time for us. And so he later tells, everyone that of course he chooses not to marry Raven because they still have a lot of differences that they haven't sorted out. Like, he's going to California, she's going to be in Texas, so they're going to be apart. She's not choosing to follow him to California. Now, why y'all didn't talk about that in the pods before y'all said, I want to get married to each other? I don't know. That would have been a big question from the beginning. He said he told her that he was going to be in school. But did you ever think, like, okay, before I ask this girl to marry me, are you going to follow me to California? And if that was going to be a big issue for you, SK, then why you didn't say that up front? So Raven, he just noticed that, Raven is not going to be accommodating to his life. She's wanting a particular life that he can't give her at this point. And I'm pretty sure that, it was some other things, but he just didn't feel like it was, I guess he didn't say everything, but he definitely had some issues with splitting her bills while she living in a whole different, place, and him and her not coming to live with him and choosing to live with him to give up her lifestyle. But I guess it's kind of unfair, in my opinion, to ask someone to give up their whole life to come and follow you. I don't think he should have been a part of the process in the beginning. And I feel like I don't know, I heard the rumor that allegedly he didn't even know he was going to be on the show until like the very last minute. So I don't know if he was expecting to click with anyone or connect with anyone, but still, again, it's unfair, and that should have been a question or something that should have been brought up, because the only thing he kept bringing up, and maybe it's editing, was about her family not being involved, and that's kind of against Nigerian customs. So I don't get it, but I mean, I'm glad he didn't marry her and didn't end up having to get a divorce. But she was very like shocked, it appears, and she said, "Oh, give me a hug." So they hugged, and I'm sure she was embarrassed. She was definitely embarrassed. She was definitely, I don't think she was expecting that, because Raven, I'm pretty sure not too many men have ever rejected Raven. So that's a big thing. It's like, I done got rejected on national TV, and I got to deal with the embarrassment of that. And then on top of that, I think she was blindsided. And so she, her bridesmaids didn't even like, whisk her away or anything. She kind of was by herself. So I don't know if they were just stunned. I don't know if they weren't supposed to, but it was kind of odd, because, if my friend was up there, I'm like, girl, come on, come on. And I would have been like, asshole, or something like that. Like I would have had to have her back. Like I'm like, come on, girl, we got you. We gonna support you through this. But she seemed like she was by herself. She went back to her room, got in the bed, and just laid down and just, kind of cried. And SK just seemed like his brother had to come and like, come on, bro, I got you. And he, thanked him. That's what you do. Even though I'm like, the mama didn't know SK was gonna say, I don't know if the brother knew. But I just was not expecting that. Were y'all expecting SK to say no? I was just not expecting that. I was thrown off, by I was really like, I think I literally was like, what? Like when it happened. So it was, I wasn't expecting it. Now, had that happened with Cole and Xanup, I'm probably like, oh, okay, I can see that. Or Cole and Matt, Colleen, I keep calling Cole and Matt. Colleen and Matt, I could have probably seen that too. But I was not getting that from SK and Raven. I really, really wasn't. I guess, I don't know. But y'all, how did y'all enjoy the episodes? We're on episodes 8 through 10. How y'all enjoy it? Like, what would y'all rate it? I would probably give it maybe about this last episode with SK and Raven brought it back up for me. So I would probably give it about a 7, 7.5. Because the other ones, the other two, was just a snooze fest for me. But towards the end, when they started getting to the weddings of it all, I started perking up a little bit. So I think the next couple is going to be Xanup and Cole. We don't know no, or was it Nancy? No, it was Nancy and Bartice. Nancy and Bartice. So I think one of them need to say no to. I feel like Bartice is not ready. I don't feel like Bartice is ready, and I feel like Nancy, I think, she's too agreeable, and she'll probably let Bartice get away with a lot of stuff. And then the whole family dynamic that, they already looking at her sideways, and her, Bartice is saying his sister's just skeptical of Nancy, and his mama looked like she probably ain't feeling Nancy either. Because let me tell y'all, I caught, because I think Nancy is show. I ain't got a clip of that, but Nancy definitely, said I do, because Nancy walked down the aisle and everything. So Nancy walks down the aisle, they're smiling, they, looking into each other's eyes. And Nancy, when they asked Nancy, does she say I do? She says I do to Bartice. my memory is coming back. So she says I do to Bartice. So the mom, did y'all check this out? The mom is like hitting the dad like, oh, I can't believe she said it. She said I do. Like they were wanting her to say no. I, like they don't want her in their family. And that's not a good because when you marry somebody, you also marry their family. And if that's going to be the type of vibe they give, I feel like they don't want Nancy to marry their son. I low key, I feel like that. And because the mom hit the dad was like, she seemed, it wasn't like happy, tap. It was like, oh, I can't believe she said I do. I mean, but we still got to wait for our Bartiz. So I'm pretty sure she's sitting like, good the juju over to him, like say no. So I'm gonna see what Bartiz says. For some reason, I feel like he's gonna say yes. Him and Nancy have been on the same page for a while now, and they seem like they've been getting along. We're gonna see if he's gonna go against the family, because nobody win when the family feud, like Jay-Z says. So yeah, we're gonna see. The Bartiz family don't like Nancy. I'm telling you, they don't like Nancy. After that whole termination of pregnancy thing, no, they don't see it for her. She don't align with their values, and they don't see it for her. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see what Bartiz says. They're gonna pick up with Bartiz and Nancy, and we're gonna see what they say. I'm assuming Bartiz is gonna say yeah. I feel like he's probably gonna say no. I feel like Bartiz is probably gonna say no because he, at the end of the day, I feel like he's going to want to please his family. Even though he's talking a good game, I feel like he's gonna want to please his family. So yeah, I'm going with Bartiz says no. We already know Nancy says yes. We're gonna see what it's gonna be. I'll come back in another video for Love is Blind. Love is blind, and it'll take over your mind. Shout out to Eve. So anyways, see y'all in the next video. Married at First Sight is tonight, so I'm gonna try to get a jump on that. And I've already seen the ending of Interview with the Vampire, the finale, and it ain't came out yet because I got AMC Plus. I was able to go ahead and see the finale, so I may go ahead and drop it, but I don't want to spoil it if anybody doesn't have AMC Plus. But I will be coming with an Interview with a Vampire review, and Married at First Sight is over. I got my thoughts on that. So we're gonna see y'all. We're gonna see what it do. So at the end of the day, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Especially if you love the content, you might as well go ahead and do it. It's free. Smash the like button. Hit the notification bell to be notified about all of my uploads. And again, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure coming before you today. And I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.